When I woke up this morning, I was ready to be so damn disrespectful to Honda because of the new Prelude. But I decided not to go down that path because once you go down the path of utter disrespect, it's a long and dark and slippery road. I've seen a lot of people online talk about the new Prelude saying Honda completely missed the mark. They should just scrap it, go back to the drawing board, start over, and give us a Prelude worthy of the name. I don't think I want to go that way. I think what I want to do is I want to talk about how Honda truly could win back the Prelude enthusiasts. And instead of scrapping the vehicle that is the current commuter Honda Prelude, they should just build a performance Prelude, kind of like how the Civic has the Type R and the new Integra has the Type S. So what we're going to do here today on Hakone Speed is we're going to build a realistic version of the new Honda Prelude Type R. And before I get too deep into this new Prelude Type R, take a moment, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you're really feeling like you're digging what we do, go over to hakonespeed.com right now and buy my merch. Why? Because that is going to fund our future business endeavors. Our first video was all about the winners and losers of the Tokyo Auto Salon. And if we can sell enough merch, then maybe we can go to Tokyo next year and do the winners and losers there in person. Trying to go to Japan, trying to buy project cars to make videos for you, the viewer, is it costs so much money and we don't have any. So head over to Hakone Speed right now and buy our merch. Now that that's out of the way, let me go ahead and provide my proposal for this brand new Honda Prelude Type R. And Honda, if you're watching, I will put together a slide deck and I will come to the Honda headquarters and I will give you a presentation on why you should build this car. 1, it would be super fun. 2, it would be super cool. And 3, you have everything that you need right at your fingertips. So let's make it happen. As I had mentioned earlier, I do not want to go the route of completely scrapping the Honda Prelude. In fact, I think it looks pretty cool. It's just so underpowered, and there are some things about that car that are a little bit wonky, a little bit goofy, like the price. First and foremost, if Honda is going to make a performance version of the Prelude and win back the enthusiast fan base that they seem to have lost, they need to bring the price down of your base model Prelude by like 10 to 12 grand. I was looking a little bit earlier today and I saw some of these for sale for like $42,000 to $43,000. The base Prelude should come in at the low 30,000s. I'm talking like 30 or 31 grand because then you have enough room to build a performance version of the Prelude. Once you get into the price range of the mid to high 40s, then you're going to be competing with the likes of the Supra, of the Nissan Z, even some older Corvettes and the Civic Type R. How can a base model Prelude compete against those vehicles? The answer is it can't. Drop the price of the base Prelude and then we can roll out a performance version of the Prelude, like a Type R, in the mid 40 range. Now that we've addressed one of the main problems, which is the price of the Prelude, let's talk about the engine. The internet was set on fire when people got their hands on this new base Prelude because it was so incredibly slow on the 0 to 60 time. So logically, in order to make a performance version of the Prelude like a Type R, we need to put a new motor in there. And guess what? Honda already has the perfect engine. It's the same engine that's in the Type R Civic. If they were to pop a K20 C1 into a Prelude Type R and maybe detune it just a little bit so it's not going to be as powerful as the Civic Type R, that will do wonders. Honda already makes that motor, so it's not like they need to go over to their engineers and say, hey, start from square one and build us a brand new motor. But if they detune it slightly, then they can keep that pecking order and keep the hierarchy of the Type Rs alive, the Civic Type R and then the Prelude Type R. And I was kind of thinking about whether or not Honda should include some type of a hybrid torque assist in this Prelude Type R that I'm building. I ultimately decided no, that shouldn't happen because at the end of the day, they need to get back to their roots. They need to make sure all of the enthusiasts are happy because right now they are digging themselves out of quite a hole. But now that we've identified that Honda already has the right motor for this Prelude Type R, we need to talk about something else. We need to talk about the transmission. There needs to be a non-negotiable that there is a 6-speed manual transmission in this Prelude Type R. Sure, they can have an automatic paddle shifter option, but the manual transmission is a non-negotiable to win back the enthusiast. And you might sit there and you might say, hey Mike, it's 2026. Not every car needs to be only manual all the time. We should let people who drive automatic transmissions have a go. Absolutely, I agree, but the option for a 6-speed manual should be non-negotiable. It's a Type R. Type R means 3 pedals. Keep with the heritage, make the enthusiasts happy. And now let's talk about the drivetrain. What do we do there? Do we go rear wheel drive? Do we go all-wheel drive? No, keep it front-wheel drive. Honda has mastered the front-wheel drive automobile. All they need to do is give this thing an LSD, give it some real solid torque vectoring, give it some nice stiff subframe bracing, and make the factory Prelude Type R stanced out aggressively. All of those things, and you're on the right track. Now we need to just talk about the weight. If they can keep this car to 3,000 pounds or less, then you're going to have something that's going to be a little bit lower, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit lighter than the Civic Type R. So that way the Honda Prelude Type R and the Civic Type R can have their own unique identities. Now that we've spoken about what's under the hood and under the car, let's talk about the exterior. I think Honda needs to keep it simple and very tasteful. Maybe they put some vents, but any vents that they would put on a Prelude Type R must be functional. Instead of having a massive wang like the Type R Civic, maybe they should do something that's a little bit more low pro. Maybe they should add a functional front splitter, some 19-inch forged wheels, maybe some brake cooling ducts. No gimmicks, just design, make it sweet, make it nice, most importantly, make it functional. And this brings us to the interior. I think a problem with current cars' interiors is there's a lot of fluff. There's a lot of technology. There's a lot of gizmos and gadgets. Some of them are fantastic. Look, I love Apple CarPlay. Outside of CarPlay for directions and streaming some sweet tunes on Spotify like Iron Maiden, it should be a driver's cockpit. If you go back and look at the Honda S2000 interior, that is a cockpit that is designed for the person driving the vehicle. And if they made a Prelude Type R, it 100% should be mimicking that. If they had a nice Alcantara wheel, if they had some really nice Type R racing seats, and if they kept the amount of technology to a minimum, they would be going down the right path. The goal would be for the driver to feel like you're actually in the car operating it, not just sitting on top of a bunch of modern mumbo jumbo. And if they really want to sweeten the deal, go look at the old S2000 gauge cluster and make an all new updated version of that, because then you're really talking. I want to see a beautifully designed digital tachometer that's going to show you exactly where VTEC will kick in, yo. If you were to take everything that I just mentioned in this video, put it all together, then you have something that is going to be agile. It's going to be light. It's going to be fun to drive, and it will catch the attention of enthusiasts everywhere. If you went to Cars and Coffee this weekend and someone rolled up in a brand new Honda Prelude, would you go over and look at that car? Yeah, you certainly would, but you wouldn't be looking at that car out of excitement. You would be looking at that car with the thought in your mind of what bozo just bought this for that amount of money, and it wouldn't be a good type of spectacle. Now, if we had the Prelude Type R as described here, you absolutely would still go over and look at that Prelude, but it would be out of excitement and enjoyment, and you would want to hear exactly how that car performs from the driver, him or herself. So let's talk about why this would work, and it's pretty simple. Honda already has the parts. Honda already has the engineering. Honda definitely has the pedigree. The Type R badge is legendary. If they were to build a proper version of a Prelude Type R, it wouldn't just sell. It would completely rewrite the narrative of the new Prelude. And honestly, after Toyota stole the show at the Tokyo Auto Salon in 2026, Honda could 100% use the chatter and the publicity. So that's my spec. That is the Prelude Type R. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Do you like it? Do you think I'm a bozo for suggesting it? And once again, head over to HakoneSpeed.com, buy our merch so we can have some money, so we can buy some project cars. We can go on some trips. Here, look at all of these beautiful shirts right here. They could be yours if you head over to HakoneSpeed.com right now. And like I said, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you want to check out some more of the content that we are going to be ramping up with this year. I'm so excited. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sticking with me. Let's hope that Honda comes out with a new Prelude Type R, and they should listen to me. Let me go out to the Honda headquarters. I'll pitch this idea tomorrow. Catch you next time.